All right, somebody type in chat and tell me I'm live and you can hear me. Serena, can you see me? There we go. Nick said hi. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. That was a little embarrassing, actually. I forgot to plug the mic in. I forgot to plug the mic in cable, which is like just super ironic because I had a whole, I had a whole rant. I was ranting about Rupert upstairs, and I was hoping that. Oh, I know, because I didn't hit the thing again. I'll fix it later. It's Balanzini tonight. Okay, let's start over. We're doing Balanzini tonight, and I really hope you can't hear Rupert through the mic. He started talking on Monday and hasn't stopped. So, if you guys can't hear him, be grateful, because it's no fun. Okay, so the other news is, this is, unless you read lips, you don't know. We're moving. Most of you already know we're moving. So that means that, oh, thank God, Nick. It means that the next stream, next week, will be the last stream here. And the stream after that will be the first stream in the... Oh, Rebecca can't hear me? What? Okay. If you can hear me, type in the chat, you can hear me. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, great. Everybody can hear me. Fantastic. Okay, guys, let's just put all that behind us. Move on. I was gonna say next week will be the last stream here, and then the week after will be the first stream at the new place. However, there may be a week pause because I'm not sure. I have to get settled. Like, we're moving. The internet goes in on the 5th, and I'm just not sure I'll be able to. Yeah, Nick, she did. That was. I'm sorry about that news you got. I'm sorry. Greedy landlords. I mean, our landlord here isn't greedy. He's just stupid and mean. But anyway, we can rant about landlords another time. Let's eat. Let's make some food and eat. And it's gonna be a really fun stream tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. So we're doing Balanzini. What the hell is Balanzini? Good question. So there are 4 shapes. There are 4 tortello shapes. Okay, you got little guys that are tortellini, which I haven't done on stream. The next up is tortelloni, which I have done on stream. In fact, this stream's still called tortelloni. Next up, you have balanzoni, and the last one is tortellaccio, which I don't think I've ever made. I don't think I've ever even seen it, but. Yeah, okay, Serena, I will moderate my, what I'm saying. I'll edit that out later. Anyway, tortellaccio is the biggest one, which I've never seen. I've never even seen. But they're all made the exact same way. They have slightly different fillings. Balanzini was invented by a doctor way back when, and it is traditionally done with a cheese filling with mortadella. Now tonight I'm gonna leave the mortadella out because oh, you know what I did, guys? Hang on, I gotta do one more thing. I'm just watching the stream and realize I gotta go in and set the delay. Forgive me for the yeah. Forgive me for the whatchamacallit tonight. I'm gonna try 45 milliseconds and see if that syncs up my voice a little better. No, we want 60. We want 60. Isn't this fun, guys? You get like cooking lessons, and you get like tech lessons, how to sync your mic in OBS. Very exciting. Okay, that seems a little better. No, it actually seems worse. Now it's. Hang on. Sorry to mess with this. I'll try and get it as close as I can, and then I will just leave it alone. Somebody can. This is when I need Spencer watching. Let's try that. Okay, we're gonna go with that, and that seems okay actually. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. let's get on with this. It's always tech stuff. Okay. So let's go over the ingredients tonight. So for the filling, so for the pasta's fun, we are going to be doing, and maybe I'll talk about the ingredients as I'm rolling this out. You guys get to watch me roll out another sheet. But this is a really fun pasta. This is a spinach pasta, which I haven't made in a very, very long time, I don't think. So I'm looking forward to this. I'll show you guys another time. I was trying to decide, you know, whether I wanted to TV time this one or show you how to do it. But it's really not that exciting, and you do have to like set it up in advance and let it rest. So I mean, it's very basic. This is just pasta with spinach added. Now you can use fresh spinach if you blanch it, and just 45 seconds in the water, drain it and dry it. There's no reason not to use frozen spinach for this if you want. Just make sure you get it needs to be like dry, okay? But I'm looking forward to rolling it in a sheet because that's always fun. And we'll talk about the ingredients as I'm rolling it out and go from there. So how do I normally do this? Like this. Any questions so far? Yeah. Let's talk about mascarpone, and that's a really good one. I like that one a lot. Mascarpone and ricotta. So ricotta actually technically isn't a cheese. I'm gonna knock that over. Ricotta is made way back in the day when. Well, actually, it's the same now. You have the rich and the poor, but the farmers and whatnot, to stretch, they don't want to waste anything, right? So they'd make the cheese, and then you have the whey left over, like Little Miss Muffet style, and it's just a little bit sticky. So if you add. I didn't, Spencer. I got this at the little market right near me, Casamia, which I absolutely love. They have it in stock, so they are my favorite place by far. Wow, this is really. It's interesting working with a spinach dough because it's really hydrated. Wow, it's gonna roll out beautifully, but it's a bit of a challenge right now. Let's get this guy going. Oh, see, look at that! It slips right off. Ricotta's not a cheese, so it turns out if you put the whey, if you put an acid like vinegar or lemon juice or something in the whey, and then let it sit, and you can take the curds that coagulate and press them, and that's basically ricotta. Now, even this ricotta that I have right in front of me says soft white cheese, not technically a cheese, but we'll cut them a little slack because we're nice, right? Because they're also Santa Lucia. My ricotta's the same, Spencer. They're from the same place. You can't see that, but here, look. It's like Santa Lucia. Not the cheapest cheeses in the world, but not like crazy expensive or anything. So, anyway, this sheet, guys, is going to be something else tonight. That's another thing. I'm going to miss this big counter at the new place to figure out how to do that too. All right. Sheet is huge. So we still want to get to a spinach pasta. You can't roll quite as thin as. Oh, Spencer, that sounds awesome. I will definitely do that. Spinach pasta doesn't roll out quite. This is hilarious. Quite as thin as regular pasta, which is okay for what we're doing here. But I gotta say, this is the first time I've sort of like gone for a super hydrated dough. This is really wet, and it's rolling out beautifully. So I'm kind of happy with that. It's very, very easy to stretch. So when you you know, like Italian owners, they don't get around, they don't talk, they don't go out in the back behind the kitchen for smoke and talk about hydration like, you know, modern chefs do. They just do everything by feel because they know everything. And they know how it should feel, and they should know how it should work, the dough should be. Us mortals, on the other hand, have to, you know, figure it out on our own. So this is a very high hydration. It is nice, isn't it? It's a shame that I have to put the flour on it. But this is the highest hydration dough I have tried so far, and I'm really pleased with it. I'm really happy with this one. Is just you guys remember the other night we did handmade pasta the other night too, and it just didn't roll out as easily as this. This is just going so well. Very happy. Not quite as thin as we need to. Also, the only disadvantage of the spinach is you can't do your little, you know, see the cathedral through the sheet test to see if it's thin enough. Now, I'm not even sure I could get this stuff that thin anyway, so probably just as well. You guys will never know how thick this is because you won't be able to see the counter through it, so I can just fake it. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you guys. Okay. We're getting really close already. I'm pleased. Really happy. Any other questions? And so we're gonna, whoa. Wow, this is just like crazy. Sabrina, does anybody in your family roll pasta out like this? With my hand? By the way, the tomato sauce is absolutely fantastic. I'm just using it up in everything. Yeah. No, sorry, I said Sabrina. Did I say Serena? Yeah, I wouldn't expect anybody in Serena's family to be doing this. It's just like, there we go. They do. Okay, good. That's good to know. It was nicer. So, I have not made spinach pasta in a very long time, and I gotta say, it's just been a joy to work with, and I love this dough. And you learn, guys. You learn as you go. Like, I have done this. It doesn't take too long. I'm gonna be done in less. It takes like 10 minutes, and it's worth it. I think we're almost there, guys. You can't see how thin it is, but I can, and this is pretty damn thin. Oh, we can get it a little bit thinner. Yes, a pizza roller works fine too. You can also use you use anything. Use a wine bottle, whatever, right? I'm gonna have to buy a bigger. You know what, guys? I'm just now rolling this out. This is already thin enough. I'm just kind of like going now to see how thin I can get it, which is actually kind of fun. This is just beautiful. I learned something today, guys. I think it's funny. Like, well, it's not funny. Oh, it is kind of funny when I learn something. But this higher hydration dough, and it's almost a shame you guys didn't see me start this out because this was a sticky, really tacky mess when I first started it, and I was really worried that it was going to be too wet, and I just decided to go with it and let it sit for 2 or 3 hours, which you have to do anyway. Okay, I think we're in good shape now. I need to back this up just a bit. This is really thin. This is beautiful. Almost want to cut it up. You know, I kind of just want to make like fettuccine out of it now and not make tortelloni or balanzoni. Sorry, I'm just geeking out over my own pasta here. It's not super exciting. Okay, I think we're good. I feel that that is a nice sheet and it's going to work really well. Come on. Let's put that away. Okay, so next step, I get to use one of my other favorite things from Amazon. You guys can see, my fried dough sticks knife. I don't know what that means, but I know what it is. Ow, sharp. You guys have seen these before. Now I don't have a tape measure. I want to roll this out as wide as I can. Okay, so this only goes to, I'm going to roll this out at max width. I want 3 inches. This isn't 3 inches, so we're just going to go with it. There you go. If you don't have one of these guys, you don't need one. You can just use a knife, no, use a knife and a ruler. We want straight lines. We really want squares here. And I know those aren't. What happened to the middle one? Okay, I'm gonna go back and recut that line. This not the most precision tool, I don't think. Seems to have skipped a few of the lines here. I think I would have been better off, honestly, with I think I just would have been better off with a knife. Yeah, this I have bought some amazing things from China. This is not one of them. Okay, let's see if we can get some squares here. Any ideas, guys? Should I just like mash down on all of them? I think I'm cutting through. I don't know. Okay, I have a feeling my fried dough sticks knife is not going to make the move with us. However, I got some squares and that's kind of what I wanted. I also have them in the middle of my counter space that I want to use for other stuff, so let's figure out how to do that. Let's make the filling. Where's my bowl? Here we are. Okay, so for the filling, we're going to go with a 3-to-1 ratio of ricotta to mascarpone. And I don't need a ton of filling, so let's go. This is just a 1/4 cup magic. It's like magic, yeah. I wish it was. If I had a proper pasta bike, I would be better off, but I don't. Anyway, it's roughly 3 of these. And 1 mascarpone. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. I think I'm gonna put some parm in here too, and maybe we'll chop a little parsley in. Keep the green theme going. Okay, get that out of the way. What did I say? Oh yeah, parm. Let's grate some parm into that. Any questions on cheeses or parm, ricotta? Well, ricotta's not a cheese. We covered that already. The other thing we're going to see tonight is if I remember how to make the shape. It'll be embarrassing if I don't. Okay. Yes, and I said a little parsley. I know I got some here somewhere. You don't need a ton of parsley. This is just kind of for color. Can you guys even see that? Oh yeah, you can. There, look. Okay. That feels good. Feels about right. And let's just mix it up. Really probably should I like not lay this out right in front of me like this. There you can see. Ooh. So this mixes up really easily. The herbs. So the herbs are for the sauce. We're getting there. They don't go into the filling. But I'm really excited. So this is another technique I have not done in a long time. And to be honest, I'd kind of forgotten about. And I don't want any spoilers. So let's just wait till we get there. But I think you'll think it's fun. It's very efficient and just overall fun thing to do. Okay, so guys, I got a piping bag here. You don't need to use a piping bag. A Ziploc would be fine. You don't need a tip. I got one in anyway because it was in the end of the bag already. But obviously you don't need a tip. This is really soft and smooth. So into the bag, and I'm not even going to probably use all of this. I mean, I'll put it all in the bag, but. One more, there we go. You go away. And here's a little trick for your piping bag guys to get it down. Just grab your bench scraper. The handle works great for this. Used to go in there. Slippery. Just push it. There we go. Beauty. Okay, I'm gonna cherry pick these and let's see how easy this is. So you want like just a dollop in each one. I'm gonna do a row at a time and experiment with how much filling. You kind of got to do this by feel and experience and whatever. And it's been a little while, so we're just gonna like roll with it. Okay, I need a tray. So when you're working with pasta, this is semolina. So to keep pasta from sticking to things, when you're cutting noodles, you can toss it in semolina. Don't use your regular pasta flour for that because the pasta will absorb it and change the texture of your noodle, and you don't want that. So always semolina. Semolina just like it brushes off, falls off in the water, doesn't affect the pasta texture or flavor. Okay, let's pick one of these guys up, and I will show you guys how to do this. I remember. So you want the little diamond in your hand, and there are different ways to do this. This is just the way I did it. Do it. So the first tip is literally the tip here. So when you fold over, can you guys see? Yeah. When you fold over a piece of pasta, you're going to double the thickness, and you don't want that. You want the thickness to stay consistent throughout the piece. Otherwise, when you cook it, you can't cook it evenly. The thick parts will be crunchy, and the thin parts will be overdone. That's bad. So just a little pinch it down. You're just just pinching it down. I'm going to do this side. You're just pinching it down to one thickness again. Okay. Again, one thickness all the way around. Okay. So you can see I pinched it down. Now, this is where you get a little technical. We're going to fold a channel here, just like that, and on this side. Okay. Now, I'm not sticking it. Okay. All I've done is create a little channel. This allows the water to flow through and cook the little thing. Come on, fold over. To cook evenly. And then you just kind of go around the back. Oh, I lost my channel. Actually, let's go this way. Sorry, around this way. And again, there we go. I should have flipped over. Oh, okay. And again, so when we meet around the back here, you have to pinch it down because we literally will have like 8 thicknesses of pasta there. And you got to pinch it all the way down. That's one. Let's try another one. Any questions on that? Allow me to get back into the swing of things. Actually, don't remember how I did this before. So when I used to do tortellini, I used to just like fold it around the backside like this. Is that right? There we go. And obviously I'm not going to do like I'm not going to do a million of these because we'll be here all night. But I'm going to do enough for Serena and I. Oh, am I? Okay. So let's get this in view. Okay. Up to the top. Give it a pinch. We're pinching it down to one thickness. Same thing on the sides. Okay. I'm trying to get it centered here. How's that? All right. Let me give it a little flip in for our channels, and then just around the back. Now everybody makes different size. Everybody makes different size whatever you're making, Balanzoni, Tortelloni. Everybody's going to make a size that is unique to your pan size. So I used to do these. I used to make tortellini with my daughter. She made the most beautiful, tiny little tortellini. They were just incredible. But as I said, it's just kind of kinesthetical awareness. I'm falling back into my old way of doing it, which is not very sticky. There we go. So we're just gonna roll with it. The channel thing is something I learned pretty recently, actually, from a chef named Evan Funke, who's an American pasta master. The guy's a genius. However, all right, see, my hands are just doing it the way I've done it hundreds of times before. I'm going to skip the channel for now. We'll come back to that. But definitely put a channel in if you can, and we'll go from there. Also, you guys have an idea of what I'm going to be doing after stream tonight is making a lot of Balanzoni. All right, let's see if I can get a channel on this one. Yes. Fold it over. And then, no. See, he flips it over. There we go. I don't know. Guys, I'm going to have to stick to my old way of doing it. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay. Give me one sec, guys. It is it's very hot in my kitchen tonight. I will say that this dough is just a joy to work with. The higher hydration has just made it so easy to put these guys together. It's just been fantastic. I was going to do ravioli, and I'm still thinking about doing ravioli, but and didn't we talk one point about doing like personal size lasagnas, or was that like in my head? Did I say that out loud on stream about doing like individual portion served lasagnas? I can't remember if somebody requested that or I just kind of thought of that in my head. Okay. So these are actually, now that I'm looking at them, much more the size of tortelloni. So I have correctly titled this episode. I forgot my pasta cutter didn't do the bigger squares, so Balanzoni would be bigger. These are honestly kind of about the same size and shape as tortelloni. So definitely my head. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So I'm going to make up a few more of these, and then we're going to make a serving, and then we're going to eat it. I'll show you how to do the sauce, so that's going to be fun. Any questions? I know this isn't super exciting watching me do this, but I did want to show you guys how to do it. And I want to show you how easy it is. Like, I know this it is a little finicky, it is a little time consuming, but once you get good at this, you can crank like 200 of these out in like half an hour. Like, it's just not that bad. I'm going to have to review that channel technique. But in the meantime, these look great. They're also pretty rich, right? Also, you can also make this shape. So the neat thing about this shape is Okay, so Rebecca, the size is one difference, but you are right. There are traditional fillings that go with traditional um, sizes. So the tortelloni typically has like a veal. It's a veal. It's almost like a veal sofrito filling. Um, tortellini. I'm not sure there's a traditional filling for tortellini. Somebody would know. I mean, I'm sure there is. I don't know what it is. The last tortellini I made were duck, which I really liked. So it's both things. I know for balanzoni, the traditional filling is this cheese filling, but there would also be an equal part of ground up mortadella as well. That just seemed really heavy to me, and I'm trying to do more vegetarian dishes, so we're just going to go with that. So I didn't use mortadella, but it would certainly be correct to do that. I'm trying to keep this a little on the lighter side. I mean, I just put a ton of cheese in it right then. But yeah. Come on. Okay, I'm going to flour my hands here. What do you think a portion is? 6 to 8 of these guys? I feel like I should do a couple more. Oh, what I was saying is, if you don't have filling, you can make the tortellini shape. Let me use a small one here. You don't even need filling to make a wonderful little piece of pasta. You can simply like pinch these guys up, leave it open, go around the back, and you can throw that like in a soup or whatever you want. It's the wrong to make farfalle. You would need like an oblong. Do we have an oblong one? Yeah, let me show you guys. Oh, here. We'll do this. So if you want to make farfalle, which are the little butterflies, take your piece. You guys can see. Okay. So what most people do is they just grab it here, and then they pinch the whole thing. But and you can see the 2 double folds come up, right, like a little butterfly. And we know from before that that's bad because you're going to get a huge, thick chunk of pasta in the middle, and that's not going to work. So all you do is you keep your channel, and you grab just the top. I'm just pinching the very, very top to pinch it together, so that I have an even thickness of pasta the whole way through. And I don't know if you guys can see, I've got like a little channel that goes to the center for water, so this is going to cook evenly. And you've got like your little butterfly, and that's just a really fun shape too. Okay. 15 pieces. I want 20. I want 10 per. We're going to do 5 more. Where's a good row here? That one's good. That one's good. That one, and yeah. Okay. Nope, I just poked the steel tip right through the thing. Okay, so let's do these real quick, and then we'll get on our sauce. This, by the way, the sauce takes like 2 seconds. You're gonna like it. It's fun. And then just around the back, give it a little tuck. Yeah, 20's right. 10 pieces per sounds about right. Nice, even number. A little symmetry. 15 wasn't gonna get cut it because then who gets the odd one? I mean, of course, I would give it to Serena, but, you know, this way we don't have to worry about it. And again, this backside, you really want to, like, get it down to one thickness again. Okay, and then I have to figure out what to do with all these extra squares. Did I tell you guys there's a name, like, for all your little offcuts, so all these little offcuts will go in a pile? That's actually a type of noodle. It has a name, and I can never remember the name of it. But keep your offcuts. Put them in soups, any kind of pasta dish you want. It's interesting that the spinach gives the pasta like just an entirely different texture. I'm gonna fold this guy this way because I busted him open. All right. Feels good. All right. Yeah, these are definitely tortelloni. So there, I don't have to go back and edit the title of the episode. Okay, so now I'm gonna like give this a good shaking here so it doesn't stick on me. I'm gonna stack these up for later and we're gonna continue on with the sauce. Give me 2 seconds, guys. So offcuts can just go like in your pile of offcuts. The squares I'm just gonna like, wow, these are really stuck. Stack up. This is one of those dishes that, there we go, much easier. Just get these guys off the way. Any other questions? Check it. Yeah, it does a little bit. Make patterns in our pasta. Abbreviate this process. Just get these guys up. These will all become tortellinis later. This is just leftover noodles, tortellini. Feel that this is slightly faster than just picking them up one at a time. Okay, perfect. Much happier now. These guys can go like this. My one lone farfalla. Okay. Let's talk about the sauce. The sauce is the fun part. So we're just going to do this in a butter herb sauce. And you get to kind of do it in a fun way. Because normally, when you use herbs, you know, you kind of like, let's flip back here for a second. You kind of like pick the stems off, pick all the leaves off, and you know, we don't have time for that tonight. We're not going to do it that way. What we are going to do is get some butter going. Okay, so this is for 2 of us. I've got about a stick of butter here. Adjust as necessary for however many people are serving it. I'm probably going to have leftover sauce, that's fine. You need this guy. So, for herbs, I have a bunch of herbs here. So we are going to use, I got a little bit of cinnamon and a couple of cloves here, which are going to go in. And I'm going to grate a little nutmeg over the top of the end. And then for herbs, straight in is going to go some rosemary, thyme, and sage. Can't see the counter. Oh yeah, you guys can see. How's that? Better? No, it's me. Just didn't switch it. Get my butter melted. So I'm going to go with for the number of people, for the amount, I'm going to go with 1 sprig of rosemary. I'm going to go with like a sprig of thyme, so that's like one of these little bunches, right? And I want sage is pretty strong. And you'll learn your herbs, guys, as you go. Sage can be pretty strong, so I'm probably just going to go like 3 sage leaves, and I want a bunch of mint. So the mint and the basil will go in a little bit later because they're sort of like better fresh. Is that about, what do you think? I like to right. And where's my basil? Ah, here we are. And I'm probably gonna like just rip these guys up a little bit. Same with the basil. I want about 4 or 5 basil leaves. Same thing, just give them a little tear. release some of the oils. Seems good. Okay, now for the fun part though is, whoa, that's hot. The fun part is we're just gonna like, in goes the cinnamon and the cloves. Yes, you could use this for Rebecca. This is just basically a butter and herb sauce. This would be good for any kind of pasta. Kind of what the point here is though is I'm not gonna like. This just goes in for like 10 or somebody count to 10. I'm not picking the leaves off. Right? I'm just throwing everything in. I'm gonna serve it all together. I know enough like not to eat the herbs, so I'm not gonna stress it. This just flavors the butter. You got our cloves, and I want maybe just we're just releasing the flavors into the butter. Turn the water back on, and then finally mint and basil. In they go. Again, just for about 10 seconds, just long enough for me to grate a little nutmeg in there. Again, nutmeg is really strong. Don't go crazy on the nutmeg. It smells amazing. It's so good. And that's it. And we're just gonna let that sit off to the side. We are gonna serve this with a ton of parm on top. Don't need my herb tray anymore. And I probably should have turned the water on, but oh, you know what? I'll do the water here. Hang on. Yes. Here. Protect the counter a little, right? Let's just we'll do the pasta right here. Okay. The other thing about pasta water for fresh pasta, it's different. So everybody knows. Let's get a sip of water here. Everybody knows you salt your pasta water. However, for fresh pasta, because it cooks so fast, it's not in the salted water as long. So you need to salt your water for fresh pasta more heavily than you would for dry pasta. That's it. These guys will take like 3 minutes tops. I want to like salt in here. Just not done plates in the oven even. Any other questions? I know we're moving a little bit quick here, but and like, I know we rolled out a whole sheet of pasta and we made 20 tortellini and all that stuff, guys, but we're only 40, and we had technical difficulties at the beginning. All that stuff, we blew the first 5 minutes of the stream, and we're only 40 minutes in. Oh, we're 48 minutes in. My eyes aren't that great. But still, this is something that you can do. You can do this really quick. We are unfortunately going to have to wait for the water. I did boil this before the stream, so it's already hot. Hopefully it comes up pretty quick. We'll do while we're waiting. We'll grate some parm for topping, and instead of grating it over, give me something to do. This dish really, like, you can can't have really too much parm on the top. It really benefits from generous helping on the top. Here, that's about right. No cocktail, Spencer. Couple of things. I ran out of ideas for cocktails, and I found that over the last 6 months or so, that alcohol is agreeing less and less with me. So I don't mind going out for a couple pints when I'm out, but cocktails and the like have just been unkind to me lately. It's not leaving me feeling good, and if it doesn't feel good, then it doesn't really make any sense to do it, right? So kind of like taking a break from cocktails. If you guys have a request, I'm happy to make something. Like, I love cocktails, and I'm happy to do them, but I'm not going to do them as a regular part of the stream because, as I said, honestly, like, there's only so many good cocktails. You know, there might be 100. I mean, you know, there's some deep cuts, I guess, if you want to call them that, and lots of people have like a pet cocktail they really like. But once you start digging for like Sazeracs and variations on like the French 75, I kind of feel like we've done the topic justice, and I don't feel it. I mean, God, I don't know, were you around for the Texas tea one? That's how low we sunk to Texas tea. Yeah, it was, so. We could definitely do that. I would love to do that. Especially with, so you know, we'll definitely do Italian food. We could also do French, actually. But either French or, I love big Italian reds, like Barolos. Oh, there we go, no red. Yeah, see, red is really bad for me. I love Barolos. You know, we'll do I'll figure it out. I'd love to do a wine pairing episode. And quite honestly, if I'm going to drink white, I need to learn to pair white with things too. So, okay, let's get this in the water and continue on. And I really just want this in for about 3 minutes. Yeah, to me, I'm not a fan of rosé, Spencer. It's kind of the worst of all possible worlds to me. And I know there's good rosés, and I've even had a couple of good rosés, but I kind of feel like red wines have amazing qualities, white wines have amazing qualities, or so they tell me, and rosé doesn't take any of them from either. That's a really biased, mostly uninformed opinion of mine, but it's probably not wrong. This is cooking up to a... Can you guys see how green this is? The color's cooking up to. This is gorgeous. Oh wow, time has slowed down. Paul, that's a really good question. I'm still thinking about it. So the advantage is at the new place, the basement has a kitchen. Well, there's no cooktop down there, but there's a full counter, sink, and cabinets. And so if I put an island down there, the one advantage is I could actually set up stream more or less permanently, which means I don't have to set up. You guys can't see what's around me. It's pretty involved to set this up. So I could set it up more or less permanently. And then once it was up permanently, then I had the option of also, you know, maybe I'll do some dedicated YouTube content instead of just streaming. I could do like instructional things like Babbage does and other people like that. So I'm thinking about that. But I also have this great room in the basement, which would be good for other things too. And I have a lot of hobbies, so I haven't fully decided how to use the space yet. But yeah, we have lots more space, that's for sure. So I'm very, very happy about that. The thing with setting the stream up down there is the stream is necessarily, because it's my computer, my monitor, everything is necessarily close to my office. And I haven't decided if I want to put my office down in the basement because it's currently in the basement and this place has like windows and skylights and it's really nice. And I just don't know if I want to like shut myself off in the basement. Yes, I've thought about doing that. That could be really fun too. I haven't had a special guest on the show. There we go, okay. So let's get this drain real quick. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna warm the sauce back up. You guys can see. I want to show you guys the beautiful green color before I. Spencer, I will definitely be talking to you for sure. So there you go, nice beautiful Balanzoni. I'm gonna stick with Balanzoni. We want to get this back up to temperature real quick. We're just gonna give it a little toss here. Get the flavors all infused. Just want to see a little sizzle here, and then we're gonna plate it. There we go. All right, let's get this plated so we can eat. And like, have a look in the pan. Well, you'll see when we plate it too. Like, we got the stalks in there, we got the stems. That's okay. We got a piece of cinnamon in there. We got 2 cloves that we definitely don't want to bite into when we're eating. So we'll be mindful of that. But that's okay. I know what's in it, and I have no problems with this presentation. This is even beyond rustic. Oh shit, those are hot. Now, how to serve it? How to serve it? That's a good question. How do I do this? Okay, I'm going to leave all the sprigs in mine out here, just for emphasis, and we'll give Serena a bit of a break on that. There we go. A little bit of the butter sauce over top, but you know, this is just coated, right? So as I said, if you're serving this to guests, tell them not to eat. I mean, most people are smart enough not to eat a cinnamon stick, but they might accidentally bite into a clove, and that would be not as much fun. So let me just whip this off to Serena, and I'll be right back. This plate, for some reason, is extraordinary. Yeah. All right. Any questions before we do the taste test? You guys see the? Let me just. Sorry, these plates got really hot tonight. Let me put that up so you guys can see the colors. Presentation. I mean, this is as basic as it gets, right? Yes, probably not for. I'd definitely save it, Paul. Well, I'm gonna let this cool down for just a second. It's ripping hot. I'll tell you a really funny story about reusing butter for popcorn. I thought it would be. I made popcorn. I'm gonna make it from scratch here. I melted some butter that I saved in the fridge from before, and we sat down to eat it. And I didn't get to it as fast as Serena did. So she was eating this popcorn, and then I had one bite and realized, because she made this face, and I don't blame her. She made this face, and it turns out I'd forgotten it was leftover butter that had poached lobster in. And while I love lobster mac and cheese, lobster popcorn will never be a thing. I've tried it. Okay. Let's just see how hot this guy is. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay, while I'm waiting for this to cool down, I'll be right back. You know what I forgot to do? Let's just give this a good... It actually needs the parm. I'll be right back. I just got to give Serena a little bit of this. Another reason I'm glad we're moving to a bigger place is I won't trip over the recycling in the hall like I just did. Okay, so this is very hot. But I'm gonna get in there because it's very, very good. One. Okay. It definitely needs the parm. It is an integral part of this dish. Now I am very, very happy. It was good before, but very understated. The parm gives it the salty pop that this dish really wants. So, yes, very, very happy. It's so simple. I'm going to make this one again, guys, with the mortadella, too. That's a really nice filling. It's very delicate. And you know what? I like the presentation. Like, there's no reason not to just leave everything in there, right? It's colorful, seasonal, great dish for fall. It's delicious, guys. Love it. So, speaking of fall dishes, what do you guys want to see next? This was my last idea. Now, I can do lots more. I mean, is anybody interested in like a vegan or a vegetarian dish? People, I have had several requests to do that. So maybe we'll do something like that. This is about as classic. This is about as classic a cuisine as you can get. So maybe we'll, yeah, we'll do something from Thug Kitchen. But this is really good, guys. I want to tell you. It's still very hot. I can do fondue well, but there's not really a lot to it. It's just heating it up and dipping it bread in cheese, which I'm all for, but I don't really feel like there's a technique there. We've done smash burgers so many times, Paul. You should have been around last week. We did, was it Oklahoma burgers last week? Did we do that last week?
Yes.
You missed it. You go watch last week's stream. We did like the ultimate smash burger last week. No, I'm fine. Now comparing top 3 burger types will be fun. You know what we could do? So my son Finn went through this phase where he was hunting down like the most extravagant burgers he could find, and we made them. So maybe I'll look like the top, go and see what his top 3 most extravagant burgers are, and we make those. Making what? I don't even know what that is. A vegan shepherd's pie I could do. 7-minute meals. I kind of have a problem with that. And I understand sometimes you need to get something on the table fast. Oh, okay. But I like cooking. I don't feel it's necessary to like race through your cooking. And I get it, like sometimes you need to do something fast and there's a place for it, but if you want your cooking to go faster, just cook more and get better at it. Just practice. Like, it's only 8 o'clock. We made pasta, we made tortelloni, malzoni, from scratch, including rolling out a sheet of pasta. And that's like, it was less than an hour. And you could do it a lot faster if you weren't doing it on stream talking to a whole bunch of people. So, anyway, there's lots of good ideas. I'm definitely, yeah, Serena's right. And then, yeah. Now, that's a fantastic idea, Paul. Because that's one of the things that I really think is so important, and one of the reasons to learn how to cook is how to stock your pantry so that when you go to the grocery store, you know what to buy, right? When you buy, especially if you're trying to save money, right? You can go to the grocery store and say, "Hey, chuck roast is on sale," and just buy the chuck roast and a couple things to go with it. You know in your head what you're going to make because you know you have everything at home. That's a really good idea. So we're going to combine these two ideas here, since we're going to do a little bit of vegan cooking next week. So we'll do something vegan next week, and we'll talk about pantry staples, and we'll work in a couple of faster ideas too. I got some ideas now. Thanks, Paul. That was a really good idea. And I'm actually going to tie all three things together. So it won't be 7-minute vegan meals from your pantry, but that's kind of the direction we're headed. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for tonight. So I'll hang around for like 2 seconds for questions. Other than that, we have a plan for next week, which I'm excited about. And that's kind of it. So I'm going to wait, have a sip of water, and then I'm going. I could do that too. I have a huge bag of nutritional yeast somewhere from the hand pulled noodles episode. Okay, I got lots of ideas. Everybody have an amazing night. I will see you next week. As always, thanks for coming out. Talk to you soon.